Hi, my name is Zain, and I'm a rising sophomore at Fremont High School. And so my main project was the Magic Mirror. But for my started project, I decided to make the useless machine. The purpose of the useless machine is once you flip a switch, an acrylic arm pops out of the box and flips the switch back. And then after I finished my started project, I moved on to my main intensive project, which was the Magic Mirror. The purpose of the Magic Mirror is it shows data on a mirrored surface. The mirror works by having a monitor in the back, which shines through a see-through acrylic mirror and projects the data.
So how did you start the project?
So first I downloaded the GitHub repository for the Magic Mirror for the basic layout, and then I edited and added the code to the configuration file. The mirror works by pushing the acrylic mirror against the monitor, which projects the information to the front. Some of the modules I added to the mirror were a remote control module. This module allows me to turn off the monitor and turn it back on. And I can also remove modules and add them back. I had a lot of trouble adding this module to my mirror because I could not figure out how to get the code work. But once I got it to work, I thought it was a really cool module to have. Another module I added was an Amazon Alexa module. The purpose of the I could not get the Amazon Alexa to integrate directly with my mirror, but it does run in the background of the Magic Mirror program. The Alexa doesn't have as many capabilities as a regular Amazon Echo because it can't play music and the Raspberry Pi doesn't support music playing, but it can still tell jokes, the time, definition, and much more. Alexa, what's the definition of eloquent? Takes a second.
The adjective eloquent is usually defined as having or exercising the power of fluent, forceful, and appropriate speech. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for eloquent.
The rest of my modules were all software-based modules that are shown on the mirror. The biggest challenge I had throughout going through this process was just being able to navigate through all the code. This is my first time ever having to code anything, and I suddenly found myself trying to deal with the Raspberry Pi terminal, CSS code, and JavaScript. I spent a lot of time learning the commands and how to use the punctuation, which is very important in code. My next modification, if I were to add one, would be a modification to have the Raspberry Pi play music, because I really like to listen to music. I think that would be a really cool addition. Throughout my whole BlueStamp experience, I think I learned a lot about how to problem solve and to focus on achieving my goals. BlueStamp taught me a lot about engineering and the different engineering disciplines, and I also really enjoyed the afternoon talks we had with real-life engineers who talked about their jobs, experiences, and engineering stories. Throughout this whole process, I learned that engineering could be a very possible future job for me. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Had you ever done any woodworking before, or was this your first time trying to put something like that together?
I do woodworking a lot actually at my house, and I had some complications with this wood.
It took a lot of time for me to convince him that it's possible. He just wouldn't listen. But then we finally pulled through. So.
How do you make sure the mirror and the data that is on the monitor before shows up on it?
So it shows the data by pressing the mirror closely against the monitor.
Okay.
And so both of them are just sitting in there, and I press the monitor against the mirror.
Okay.
And the frame actually made such a tight fit that I don't even need to hold it in by anything.
Nice. Good job.
Did you have to write something to control the display, or you used some key program modules for?
I use a GitHub repository to get the layout, and so like it is the basic program. And then in the configuration file, I could add different modules, and then edit them to show like the weather, time, all this stuff.
It looks like you have Arduino, you're also working with HTML, the CSS,
and remote control. So it sounds like there are a lot of different technology components. How did you manage to pull together?
Well, yeah, it was actually really difficult at the beginning, but it wasn't as many as you see over here because I added there a speaker, and this is for the keyboard, and this is for the microphone. But yeah, it was really hard for me, and this is a Raspberry Pi 3, by the way. But yeah, so this is my first time working with any of these things, so I kind of had to figure it out as I went.
Do you think you're going to finish it in 6 weeks? And what is going to be too much?
I thought I would at the beginning because getting the basic things set up, like to actually be presentable, was really easy. But then as I went deeper into adding more modules and stuff like that, I started having more trouble, and so it ended up just working out. I got the Alexa working like 2 days before.
Let me see the back so we can see your work. Oh, very cool. So you could theoretically aim that up on a wall and go to the bed.
Yeah, that is the goal.
You can pretty much convert all the mirrors in your house magic or not.
Well, it does take a monitor behind it, so.
We also broke a monitor in the process, so.